Proudest son.
Proudest son?
That's 4 years.
The last 4 years. I tell you, it's simple. It's taking those two cases to trial for Riley Sawyers. That in my, I know we've got a lot going on politically, national level and local too, but if those trials end up being my last trials as district attorney in Galveston County, I will walk tall for the accomplishments that we've done in the office, and none so more important to me than securing those convictions on those two killers. Difficult cases because neither would testify against the other, and it took a lot, and Kayla Allen and myself were able to see justice for her and her grandmother and every other family member involved in that case. Very difficult across the board on both sides, because parents on both sides have lost in this, loving parents. But that case impacted me like none other. So that's what if it's time for me to walk out of here remembering something, that's the case I'm really going to remember in my career. Those two trials.
Is it just perception right now, or is there just, in Galveston County, seem to be just an inordinate number of these, not as extreme as Baby Grace or the Cherry Hill case, but there just seems to be more and more of these child abuse and neglect and cases that are coming forward now, and it just seems in recent years.
I think that those two cases are extreme. I don't think we're going to have, as many of those kind of cases coming our way. I mean, obviously, both were really from out of county.
All right.
Is Galveston County a dumping zone? I think everybody you speak to in law enforcement will say people, for some reason, come to the end of the 45 and do things that we don't want them to be doing in our county. But where I do see, I think, a tendency to have more increased criminal activity that we're going to be looking at. We're not looking at, but we're making plans to address. Or with the intoxication cases that end up in deaths or injuries. And we recently did the Mother's Day case where those family members were killed. Just this past week we had the Lamar case. You can go back, there was a police officer, I believe, in Texas City. And, I have a personal interest, so to speak, in those kind of cases. And our plans are, with the new year coming, that we are going to now have a person responsible for vehicular crimes. And that person is going to be at those crime scenes immediately, making sure that we have good blood samples, making sure that everything we need to get into the courtroom and continue to successfully prosecute those cases is going to happen. And that person is going to be Bill Reed, who is now chief in the 405th District Court.
Not to mention that is probably one of the highest rates of the felony crimes that you're seeing now.
Yes, more than anything else. Yeah, those people. Yeah, the people that get behind the car after having had too much to drink, and it's having an impact that doesn't need to be happening. We need to keep getting the strong messages out with these strong sentences, and we're not going to lose. We have no intention of losing in these cases to some mistake that might be made, and it's not anybody's fault. I mean, it can happen at the hospital, it can happen at the scene, it can happen in collection of evidence at our office, it can happen anywhere. But we're going to have a specialized prosecutor for those kind of cases. That's our next goal. Not public integrity yet, but my priority right now is, as far as I'm really concerned, is taking care of those death cases right now.
Any statistics on how many of these cases are coming from?
I don't have any of those with me, but I just know that it was enough for me that I think we've had 4 to 6 of those in the last year and a half, it seems like.
Wow.
Assaults or deaths arising out of intoxicated driving.
We've been asking questions of you. Do you have anything to fire back at us, say to us?
No, nothing to fire back. I appreciate y'all giving us the opportunity to come down and answer your questions. Let the voting public see us. I guess you're posting the video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.